Hey everyone, welcome back to Dan Cave and welcome to May 2024 on the bench. So, usual bench update. I say usual, I've changed format a couple of times recently. So, I'm going to try and stick with what I did last month, which is a little bit of a shorter update. More me just sat here yapping away incessantly and with kind of pictures of the various things that have happened. So May 2024. So this is probably a little bit later again than I normally expect to get this done, but then last month was the middle of the month anyway, so it's pretty much, yeah, just shy of 4 weeks since the last update. So it's going to be the usual thing, usual format of things. So, without kind of to manage expectations, as we'll say. There's been nothing built. There's been nothing bought actually in terms of kits. So it's mainly a quick look at what's in progress, and yeah, that's about it actually. It's mainly an update on what's in progress actually this month. But there has been quite a bit of progress on a few kits. So kind of general updates. Last month was a little bit hectic for a few reasons, work stuff. I was away for a weekend because I went to Model World Live at the NEC at the end of April. And yeah, just been busy with a few other things, but I have had plenty of bench time, and the things I have been kind of working on have been quite in depth actually. So two of the three in progress things that I made actual progress on, shall we say, have actually been pretty much very very time dominant builds. So before we dive into that, let's talk a little bit about Model World Live. So Model World Live is run by Key Publishing, who produce the Airfix Model World magazine. So I think this was originally a model train show. It was expanded this year to cover kind of all kind of scale modeling. However, going there, it was hard to see anything other than trains. It was still very, very scale model train oriented. Now, model trains are not my thing, so really, the one day I spent there on a Saturday, I had paid for tickets for both days, but the one day was probably enough to get round what was there. Still interesting. I mean, some of the train stuff is fantastic. Some of the work they do, some of the layouts are absolutely stunning work. I've got a couple of pictures. I'll stick them up as I talk. So I mean, some of the layouts are amazing. There was a few kind of model clubs there. In terms of traders, most of the traders focused on rail stuff. So the only things I did buy were kind of tool related stuff anyway, from the usual retailers that you see at most model shows. So picked up some flat nose pliers and some more files and some scalpel blades, that kind of generic tool based stuff. So having gone around on the Saturday, I didn't see much point in going back on the Sunday. Went with Simon Shorey and Alan Parker. So size scale model speed shop. Wow, that was a mouthful. And Alan Parker's scale models as well. So we went on the Saturday, uh, and then go back on a Sunday because we kind of saw everything on the Saturday. So we ended up going to the motorcycle museum near the NEC on the Sunday, which is really interesting. So I've been there before, but yeah, it was kind of good to go back and have a wander around there. So yes, that's been the kind of general update stuff from last month. A couple of weeks ago, last Friday actually, we had uh, the Friday night live show. That went really well. We were a little bit down on people. A few people not available this week, but actually, between myself, Alan, Roland, and PJ, we had a really good show. Covered all the ground that we needed to. And yeah, I mean, don't forget that's going to be the first Friday of every month. The dates, I'll try and post the dates just here if I can find them. But if I can't find them, it'll be first Friday of every month. If I can find them, they'll be on screen. So there we go. So that's kind of the intro bit. So as I said at the kind of earlier on at the start, there's been nothing finished, nothing really bought actually. I'm trying to focus on building what I've got for once. So yeah, so I suppose the next bit is let's have a look at what's actually in progress. So, but before we jump to in progress, actually, if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. All really helps the channel. And if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. And if you have any comments, leave a comment down below as well. So that'd be greatly appreciated. So that's the intro bit. Let's have a look at what's in progress. So on the in progress side, so at the moment I've got 3 kits on the go. Where we start? So we'll start with the 1/12 kit. So the Tamiya 1/12 Renault RE20 Formula 1 car. So last month I think I had said that was painted and in decals, possibly 2K'd. So since then, managed to do a lot of work on the, we'll say the monocoque and the pedal box and all those kind of areas. So it's a lot of reasonable part count, but as it's quite a detailed build, you know, there's a lot of kind of individual parts to kind of prep and paint and stuff. So basically at this stage, that's got the front kind of end of the monocoque completely done. The 2 halves of the upper and lower monocoque are painted and assembled as well. It's the start of the kind of build up of the kind of front suspension, steering assembly, all those things are in place. Once that's completely kind of settled and put together, the next step with that will be to move on probably, I think, to the seat and probably then on to brakes, or front brakes at least anyway, and then it'll probably be the engine and radiators afterwards. I think that's a bit the kind of running order, but certainly at this stage everything's been 2K'd. That's been sat curing for weeks, it's not been touched. Yeah, and then get kind of finalized on the front monocoque. I think once that's done, that'll drag in some of the body parts as well, certainly for around the front suspension area. So we'll need to start doing some prep work on flat and polishing back the 2K work from some of those parts as well. So that's actually been really enjoyable. But because I've kind of had a nice kind of convenient stopping point with the front monocoque completed, decided I'll put that to one side and I wanted to focus on the next thing that's in progress I'm going to talk about, which is the Tamiya 24th scale Toyota GT1. So I wanted to focus on getting that done and finished. So I think last month that had gotten to paint and decal stage. Bodywork since then has been 2K'd, sat curing, probably got a panel line wash as well, then 2K'd, and then sat to cure. But since then there's been a huge amount of progress on that. So the engine's been done. Again, quite a big part count on that, quite detailed. The interior's been done, so lots of different carbon fibre used on the interior. So I didn't have the actual carbon fibre set. I wasn't able to find one, or certainly not able to find one at a reasonable price. So luckily enough, someone had one, sent me the basically the photocopy of the carbon sheets. So I was basically able to use that as a template to cut out from various stocks of carbon fibre that I've got. So Tamiya, Scale Motorsport, etc. So with that being said, so lots of different carbon fibres used on the interior, on the seat, the dash, the door cards. Front end was built up. The front diffuser was carbon fibred. The rear diffuser was done, and the chassis was done. So the inside of the chassis that's visible, that was all done. The front part of the body, so that's all been detailed up as well. So the carbon fibre added to the window frames. A few other bits and pieces that have carbon fibre added, like the little aero devices on the front corner, so they've had some carbon fibre added. So all that's kind of moving swiftly along. So major next steps of that will be I need to work on the rear wing, get that carboned and decaled. The inside of the rear wing end plates needs carbon fibre cut out and done as well. The engine cover as well, that's got a little bit of detailed work. Then I need to do some of the kind of pipe work around the engines as well, so there's a bit of carbon fibre on that as well. And then that can hopefully get assembled, and then I think it'll just be wheels and tyres left to do at that stage. So it's getting close, but because of the amount of kind of carbon fibre I needed to kind of cut manually and add to it, it's been quite a slow progression that I'm kind of building it stage by stage, identifying the bits I need to do, and then working on some carbon for those as I progress. That being said, really enjoyed that kit. It's a fab kit from Tamiya. Really looks the part. Surprisingly big car as well. When you look at the next other 24th scale cars, it's very wide, it's very long. And just interesting to see how, you know, how much kind of elements of it are reminiscent of some of the Formula One kind of structure of a car, the way the engine is placed, the rear suspension, just the way the bodywork is almost like a silhouette to go over, the air devices, because of course that a front diffuser and a rear diffuser. But yeah, fascinating kit and really enjoyable build. So that's number 2 in progress. Number 3 in progress, that is the Revell 25th scale Corvette C5R. So that's basically all the decals are complete. Next stage with that, it's going to be a panel wash, then into 2K. But that's kind of sat kind of in the background, and I'll pick that up once some other bits and pieces are progressed. Probably when the Toyota is done, I'll then move back to the 12 scale Renault for a bit, and then while I'm doing that, I'll start kind of picking up pace on the Corvette as well. So that's everything that's in progress at the moment. So yeah, that's in progress finished. Now, of course, when I say in progress finished, I mean that's the in progress section of video finished, to be more verbose about it. So yeah, so there we go. That is everything, I think. I've covered everything. So as I said, it's probably a reasonably short video once I assemble all the bits. But that's the state of play with things at the moment. So yeah, as I said earlier, if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. If you like the video, give it a like, and if you have any comments, feel free to leave a comment down below. So yeah, so thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed this brief update, and I'll see you all very, very soon in another video. So before I go, speaking of which, so last video was the Galant, which was a full quick video build. The next video will be probably looking at the new Audi A4, which was built earlier this year. So yes, that'll probably be one full video covering that, because it's not an incredibly detailed kit. There's some interesting parts in it, so I'll probably target that to be about a 25-30 minute video covering the full build sequence. Past that, next video I'll do after that, I might look back at one of the builds I did last year and the video footage and try and do a condensed video build of that one. And then I'll think about how I'm going to package up the Renault as a video build series, because obviously there's a lot in that to get through. In terms of actually building stuff, once the Toyota is done, I think I'm either going to switch to an aircraft or an armour piece. I've been wanting to build the Airfix Ferret, a little 35th scale Ferret, for absolute ages since the kit came out. So I may start on that, which will be something a little bit different. And it's been a while since I've done any armour on the channel anyway, so the Jeep was the last one. The Jeep was actually proved to be quite a popular video, so it would be nice to do a little piece of armour as well. And then aircraft, I've not really built much aircraft recently, so that kind of desire to build an aircraft is coming back again, and I might look at something in the Airfix 72nd scale world, because there's a few kits I've got which I do want to build, like the Mosquito, the Beaufighter, the Beaufort, some of the more recent toolings from Airfix in that scale. So yeah, so that's kind of the plans going forward. So once again, thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. Let me know if you have. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. And I'll see you all in the next video, which will hopefully be very, very soon. So thank you for watching. See you all soon. Bye bye.